What's up, all my GMAT aspirants? Welcome to the GMAT YouTube channel by PW. This is Amit Rohra, your VRC expert. Okay, so of late, I have been receiving a lot of queries on this. And of course, with the round 1 deadlines almost over for 2024, round 2 deadlines looming really close, a burning question in all the aspirants' mind is, what do I do if I have to reappear? Should I reappear? Typically, if I score 645 in the Focus Edition, which is of course 700 equivalent in the old GMAT edition, and even if you've scored say somewhere close to that, so 635, 640, 625 के range में, should you reappear or not? This video is gonna answer all those questions. Stay tuned till the end. It's a very small, very informative video. Chaliye, so this is about me. My name is Amit Rohra Sir. I am your VARC expert here. You can read all about me. I like to call myself a rockstar creator. You guys are Amit's okay, absolute rock stars. Now, most importantly, please remember overall. ठीक है? You can retake the GMAT after 16 days should you want to reappear. Now this is in a way a good thing and a bad thing. So पहले के केस में क्या होता था, ठीक है, 3 years back, where GMAT would allow you to retake the exam after 1 month with the premise that you need 1 month to rigorously prepare. But there was a downside to it where candidates would also feel that they forget. Now this has been reduced to 16 days. Mind you, while 16 days is perfect for you not to forget the concepts, it is still not enough for you to rigorously prepare if you gave your GMAT really badly. So keep this in mind, just a window period, nothing else of course. You cannot exceed 5 GMATs within a 12-month period, so keep that in mind. Of course, you can keep giving as many number of times. You can cancel your GMAT scores without the school coming to know, so please make full use of this feature. ठीक है, पहले क्या होता था that in case you cancelled your GMAT score and you were not satisfied with it, there would be a C which would come in your application. That would imply you have cancelled a score in previously. Now that is no longer the case. So this is a very good thing. So as soon as you come to know your score, you in fact have a 72-hour window period within which you can cancel your score without the school knowing. So please keep this in mind. Okay? And finally, my suggestion is go for the enhanced score report. This will cost you $30 extra, but iska fayda kya hai? The enhanced score report will show you all your strengths, all your weakness or your weak areas. Now here lies the key to what kind of course you are applying to. ठीक है, बहुत important है. Suppose you are applying to a mathematics heavy course, suppose, or you are applying for an MBA with finance inclination. ठीक है. Now if your weakness comes out to be quant area, that's a cause for concern. So you'll come to know. And then vice versa, of course, it should be the other way around. So keep this in mind. These are very good important things that you should keep in mind. Acha, cancelling ke score ke liye bhi, please check mba.com for the applicable fees. But for a very small fee, you can do this and the schools will never ever come to know. So keep this in mind. Yes, you can reappear. You can retake it with minimum hassle, but with much more better enhanced preparation. Now, the most important burning question. Should I reappear? So before you make that decision, some food for thought. While I will never ever give you a diktat or issue an ultimatum saying that reappear for this or don't reappear for this, there are a whole lot of factors to consider. So let this be as a checklist for you. Remember, first of all, if the score fulfills the eligibility criteria, ठीक है, suppose वो हो जाता है of your desired school which is above the average, 100% no need to reappear. So keep this in mind. Matlab, it should be in the ballpark range, it should be in the range. Now if it is close to the minimum accepted score, ठीक है, ये बड़ा important और जरूरी है. तो suppose if your score was 635 or 625 and typically what is accepted is 645 plus, then it makes sense to reappear. Now is it making sense? Okay? Then it does make sense to reappear. So, and if and also it all still boils down to how much time before the application process. If you have the time, if you've started your application way in advance, then reappear. We don't want you getting so caught up in giving the GMAT that you completely forget or give very less time to the application process. So please remember, you want to utilize that time by reappearing with the aim to score high if you feel the application. Okay? Also, people please remember, the next case, very important. If you feel that in the time when you have started the application, there is nothing significant that can positively change. Matlab, see, when do you need a very enhanced GMAT score? When your overall application is not that great, in the sense of you're not a diversified candidate, you don't hold some kind of a unique degree, you are pretty much a regular run-of-the-mill student, which is very fine, very much fine. Then you need an advanced, enhanced GMAT score. Other than that, otherwise, if you feel that your application area is not that great, then consider reappearing. It will definitely add weightage to your application. And finally, if you're a reapplicant, again, like the previous point, and nothing significant has changed, 100% please reappear your GMAT would this thing. Okay? 100% the GMAT improvement score will definitely help you. So this is basically a checklist for all the factors to consider if you are considering reappearing. Please keep this in mind. Chaliye. Now, also keep this in mind that GMAT is not the only criteria. It is one criteria. Hell, there is no cutoff also. There's just an average range that colleges consider, including the Ivy League and the tier 2 colleges of the world. But remember, your entire application, including your work ex, your overall ACADS or GPAs, your other interests and pursuits, your essays, your interview performance, everything has to be paid importance and attention to. So keep this in mind, including your whole application. So GMAT reappearing ka number one criteria will always be time to application, and then of course a whole lot of other factors. Consider these even if you have 70% of these as good or high. Okay? Matlab you have a good work ex, your ACADS have been very good, and you have a sort of a decent extracurricular. Forget the other things. Or your application essays show your diversity. Okay? Your interview was really nice, or interview ke liye you're a confident candidate and you have work ex. Then don't consider reappearing if your score is so close. So close. Making some sense? So these are just some kind of my 2 cents on whether you should consider reappearing or not. And people, please remember, finally, अब चलो आपने डिसाइड कर लिया रीअपियर तो करना ही है, एंड you decide to go ahead with it. Please remember, first of all, please go prepared with your weaknesses that have to be addressed. So you got to be aware, where did you go wrong earlier? You just can't reappear. What was it that you were not making it for? So critical reasoning mein, what was it? Was it assumption questions? Was it conclusion questions? What was it that really bothered you? Okay? And then of course reading comprehension mein, were it the primary application questions or secondary, just to give you an example of verbal. And then of course there's quant and data insights. 100% discover those weaknesses. Please do focused practice. So focus practice ka matlab hai, you should have a question bank for solving. You should solve a variety of questions and you should solve them in a calm, focused, with shortcuts kind of a manner. Please keep this in mind. So this is just basic academics 101, nothing else, nothing brand new. All right. Mock test will help you assess your problematic areas. Okay? So please enroll, please buy them from the GMAT or the MBA.com, which is very, very good because they are the kind of, the adaptive scoring pattern and the focus edition ka brand new this thing. Okay? And determine how much time to allot for each section. And please remember, it'll never work out unless and until after each mock, after each practice, you spend time analyzing your mistakes to see if any conceptual weaknesses still remain. So ultimately reappearing is what? Reappearing ke pehle you gotta practice, you gotta fine tune, you gotta polish yourself, and finally appear with your most confident self. This is it. Okay? So like I said, this very small but informative video was just in case you're considering reappearing. Should you reappear? What factors to consider? And finally, if you reappear, what to do? That's what I've tried to put together. Let me know in the comment section, did you enjoy this video? What other queries or concerns do you have regarding the GMAT Focus Edition? 100% I'll create a video and get for the same. All the very best. Do well. I hope you reach the college of your dreams. Until then, this is Amit Sir signing off.